Hi, this is Gloria Reben, and tonight I will be giving a webinar on how to get funding for your dream project. This is a test because I want to make sure that everything will go smoothly without a hook by doing it on Hangout, because I've never quite done it like this before. So what I'm going to do on this Hangout is tell you exactly that, how to get funding for your dream project, whatever it is. I mean, it might have something to do with, if you have a band, with a band, it might have something to do with health, it might have something to do with for somebody else. But there are a lot of things out there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a screen share right now, and I'm going to show you a keynote presentation. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to put this in full screen mode. Okay, how to get funding for your dream presentation. Okay, so, oh, play, okay. How to get funding for your dream project. Crowdfunding is the answer. So what is crowdfunding? Well, crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project or a venture by receiving donations from a large number of people. And these days we do it via the internet, lots of places out there that I'm going to show you in a little while. Today we have several different types and platforms that allow people to list projects and obtain funds for them. A possible early precursor of this model could be the collective fundraising business model used in the 17th century. That's a long time ago, and that used that to finance publications that they had planned, but had not yet printed. So another precursor closer to home could be the co-ops of the 19th and the 20th century. I think most of us on this webinar were around in the 20th century, even if it was the very last bit of the 20th century, where communities or interest-based groups pooled their funds together. They subscribed to a funding source, and they pooled their funds together to develop new concepts, products, and also a way to distribute and produce them. And this was particularly popular in rural areas of Western Europe and in North America. So today, crowdfunding, the first known one online was ArtistShare, and ArtistShare was a funding platform for artists, primarily for musicians. And that started back in 2003, almost 12 years ago, because we're going into 2015 now. Since then, multiple platforms arose for various purposes, a lot of them for, different purposes. We'll go into that in a little while. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my other source. Nope, that was not it. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. This is where I need to go. Okay. Now we're going to go back to here, okay? And I'm going to show you on the side crowd sharing. I've saved a lot of different crowd sharing formulas. Now I'm not going to go through all of them. That would take too long, and probably most of it wouldn't be relevant to what you would be looking for, unless you were just looking for an investment or looking for someone to invest in you, which is a whole different thing. These down here, invest in startups, seed invest, online fundraising, all these are fundraising sources they're really investment sources, not the kind of fundraising we're talking about. So let's go back up here. Artist share, we talked about this primarily for musicians. Here's a musician here who would be very happy to do artist share. Equity Net is one of those investment sources, so I'm not going to go very much into that. Pledgey is one of the ones that you might want to look for, but one of the drawbacks is before you can really find too much about them, before you really can find out too much about them, you have to sign in. So I'm not going to sign in here. For our purposes, I want you to see what's like really available to see right away. Indiegogo here. This is one of the ones I've heard of that's very, very strong. Lots of people are doing this. And Indiegogo, I'm sorry, my computer's a little slow. Indiegogo, I had a nephew who put his project on Indiegogo. And unfortunately, one of the drawbacks of this kind of fundraising, and it sticks with me till the end, because the end will go into like one company at least has found a solution to that drawback. One of the drawbacks is that some companies, you know, who have like maybe big budgets or a lot of people that they know that they can get to these things. So you have to do some marketing to bring your people to the fundraising thing. Or something, a lot of these things are not, some people will fail. In my case, my nephew, he didn't receive the funds he needed for his project. So here's the personal fundraising spotlight on Indiegogo. And this is what I think this presentation is about, how some of us who maybe don't have a big source of money that we can get donations from, a big list or whatever it is, can find support for things that people, here's a memorial fund that was created. And here's a support for a family. And as you can see, these two, this one almost is finished, almost has received the funds they wanted, but not quite. This one has. I would say this probably came from family members of this person that they had the memorial for. But if you do need raise money for a memorial, that is like a good way to do it. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to go into it, but he or she has apparently gotten the $540 they needed. Again, probably from people he already knew. Okay, and this person has gotten funding. I wouldn't know how she got her funding or where it came from. And this is like a whole lot of areas that you can get funding for. So Give Forward. Give Forward is, I think, kind of unique in that it really, really focuses on health. People who have health issues, people who have cancer, people who have, here's one that's for a bucket list. So Healing for Jason, Christian Memory of Loving Father. I mean, things like that that would move people's heart. I want to help someone who's suffering from a serious illness, who's going to die, who can, those kinds of things. So this one, if you have something like that as your dream project, this is where you'd want to come. And by the way, you don't have to have any of these things you see. You could have a dream project of just eliminating debt, seeing a zero balance on all your credit cards. You paid in full across all your credit cards, or help pay the mortgage, or anything at all. You can have something for. But let me go on now. Raise money now is similar to Give Forward. And I'll show you that one. Okay, this little girl obviously has some kind of sickness, a Sanfilippo syndrome. I don't know what that is, but she's a sweet little girl, and they probably won't have too much trouble raising money for that child. Here we got a honeymoon fund. Okay, this is in French, so we've got people from all over the world. This is in the UK. This isn't, obviously, because you can tell by the money. This is in French, although it's in dollars. Be free yoga for free to shine, whatever that is. Oh, help Hattie get a new wheelchair. Okay. And thanks for supporting Gina. Anyway, all these are, as you can see, these, I don't have to go into too much detail. That is fundraiser. Fundraiser. A Kickstarter, I'm familiar with Kickstarter because I was in a film, a short film. I had a supporting role in the movie, and they were looking to raise $90,000 for a 30-minute film. They raised $96,000. Here's a project of the day they put on. Unique art dance. Okay, this is something interesting. So this can be anything, but a lot of it is like for movies, to raise money for movies, or to raise money for, you know, creative project. Bring your creative project to them. So that's what Kickstarter is about. Welcome, Rocket Hub. Again. So I'm not going to go GoFundMe. You could look at that again. Now, the last thing I'm going to come to you with is, as I just said, there has been a problem with some people being able to raise their money because either they had a project that was really great, but they were able to market it. They knew marketing techniques and could market it, and already had a great base for people to come to. But what about the rest of us? What about all those people who failed to have their projects fund, their dream project fund? You've seen those people on this website. You haven't seen them on the website because they don't show those. But yes, it's hard to get your thing funding. And so I'm going to show you one other that I found that gets rid of that thing because it is a cooperative thing. It's, in fact, I joined it myself. We share crowdfunding.net, and I'm actually going to send you to what is my page. You won't see my thing right away unless I click on it, but Gloria. Okay, here's what you're going to see. All these people are not just trying to get funds for their project, they are donating to other people's projects as well. And that's the secret. You donate first to someone else's project, and that you, by paying $50 to donate to their project, which goes directly to them, and then you're free to go on and have people come and donate to your project. So I'm going to show you this short video because it explains it better than I could. Okay, I'll just show you my project. I won't read the whole thing to you, but I set up a project and okay, hope that stops. If it doesn't, I'll do something with it. Okay. My project is to introduce the law of attraction to children so they can get the best start and not have to wait till they're adults when they have a lot of things to erase from their memory that are causing them to fail and not to feel confident. If you like this is my content, I'll be very happy. So please donate to wesharefunding.net /Gloria, Gloria, and like $50 my project to help me help others. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my project here now. And there we are, teaching children the law of attraction, children and the future, by enhancing the future of all civilization, how to have, be, or do anything you want. And this, I don't think has been done before, but I want to create books, videos, audios, websites, additional materials that would allow me to teach the children to develop thought patterns that serve as a foundation for a very happy and successful life. So I invite you now to go to WeShareCrowdfunding.com/Gloria and donate $50 to my project, and start creating a project of your own. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Wonderful day. Oh boy, how do I go back here?